Roll tape.
Good evening, folks. Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, coming at y'all with another short video. So, I've been seeing a lot of this term lately, or this phrase, I will not comply. Okay, you will not comply. And this is something that I would hear from critics of gun control, right? Critics of gun control in social media and on YouTube and different platforms who are super pro Second Amendment and, you know, super pro gun right advocates. So they're gun right advocates, they're pro 2A, and you know, they say when these legislators present assault weapons bans bills and things like that, they say I will not comply, and they tell you that you should say you will not comply. But we're missing a key component here. We're missing something. They're telling us that we shall not comply, but to what extent shall we not comply? Only when in regards to assault weapons bans? Should we not comply only when there are arbitrary edicts and arbitrary instructives for us not to keep and bear arms? Oh, turn in your weapons. Oh, we shall not comply with that. We'll do an involuntary buyback then. Oh, we shall not comply. Don't sell or trade or gift illegal firearms to private citizens, among private citizens. Oh, we shall not comply. Okay, you're talking about not complying with unconstitutional and criminal laws, because these laws are criminal. Okay, it outlines it in the Second Amendment, not because the Second Amendment gives us our rights, but because they recognize certain rights that shall not be infringed, shall not be made laws be made against, all this other shit. Okay, that's fine. You shall not comply with gun laws. But what about every other criminal law? What about every other criminal act that is committed by the U.S. government? What about every other arbitrary and bullshit ass rule that they foist upon us? You know what I mean? Like not being able to use and sell drugs. What about what about collapsible batons in California? No one said that they wouldn't comply with that. What about marijuana in Georgia? It's still illegal. What about, I mean, there's any number of laws that are hella criminal. Like registering your vehicle, your private vehicle that you privately own, that you're not using for commercial use. Why are we complying with that? Why are we going to the DMV to register our vehicle? Give them exorbitant fees so that we can have the express permission by the government to drive our own vehicles on the roads that we pay for. We pay for the roads. We pay for we pay these DMV people who are rude as hell when we walk up in there. You know what I mean? We pay these government functionaries to regulate us and to extort us. So we're paying these people to extort us. What about court appearances? What about taxes? What about illegal tax? What about illegal taxes? Should we comply to that? How far are we willing to take the non-compliance is what I'm trying to ask. How far are we willing to take it? Should it just stop at the firearms? That's what I want to know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, oh, you're pushing these gun laws on us, then we shall not comply. But at the same time, why are we not saying we shall not comply to all these other criminal activities, all these other criminal directives that come from these rulers and the rulers enforcers known as police officers? Why are we complying with that? How? I mean, you can't be half-assed with it. You can't be a half-assed non-compliance person. You know what I mean? Why not go full bore? Why not go full tilt with the non-compliance? Why not comply? Why not comply? Why not be uncompliant with all tyrannical actions coming from the government? Yes, it starts with the firearms, right? We have the firearms. We have the rights to keep and bear arms so that to prevent tyranny, but yet we still have some semblance of these gun rights allowed to us, and we're still allowing tyranny. So what good is it just not to comply to firearm laws if you're not willing to stand up while you still have the firearms to tyranny and all these tyrannical Orwellian laws? Why are we complying with the invasion of our privacy? Why are we complying with it's all numbers of shit. It's all number of shit. Why are we complying with laws that restrict us or actually prohibit us from collecting rainwater or being off the grid on our own land? Why are we complying with getting the permission slip to go camping out in nature? Why are we complying with that? Why are we complying by going to get permission to fish in the ocean that the nature provides, or in the river, or in the lakes? Why are we complying with property taxes? We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay for a house and some land, but we still got to pay property taxes to the state and the city. Why are we complying with that? Why are we complying when it comes to travel? Why are we complying to civil asset forfeiture? You understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at here? There are thousands of laws, right? Of laws that we should not be complying with. Yet, when it comes to firearms, that's when we want to stand up and say we shall not comply. No, you don't wait until they take our only means to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government to say I will not comply. No, you start before that. You don't let this shit snowball and turn into a big old monster before we say that shit. And it started with the Federalists who drew up this Constitution. You know what I'm saying? The Constitution that so many people hold dear, that is contradictory as shit. It's contradictory, okay? It tells you about state powers. Then it tells you about the Supremacy Clause. So which one is it? Which one takes the day? The 10th Amendment or the Supremacy Clause? I mean, come on, man. And then Congress shall have the power to lay taxes. What kind of freedom is that? Why are we complying to that? I mean, they're supposed to lay taxes on corporations, not employees, but yet they're doing it. And if we don't pay the taxes, guess what? They send us a letter. Oh, you owe us this much, and you're going to accrue interest the longer you don't pay that shit. And if you wait too long, they're gonna put a lien on your house. They're gonna put a lien on something. If you owe so much money, you gonna get locked up. Why are we complying with that? Or why? And then when they come after our people, for not paying taxes, why are we allowing this to happen? What? I mean, come on. How far are we willing to not comply? That's my question. What was it? How far are we willing to not comply? I mean, listen, like I said, there's no problem with saying that when it comes to them trying to take our rights, keep and bear arms. But this shit, we should have been sounding the alarm long before that. It starts small and then it grows bigger. And the bigger it grows, the more dangerous it can be to stand up for your rights. See, you want to nip it in the bud when it's one or two congressmen or when it's one or two bankers that have it in their head that they want to control shit, that they feel like they're the chosen people and that they have to rule over everyone. You start there, okay? And our ancestors dropped the ball ever since decades ago. Since 1913, they really dropped the ball in 1913. They were dropping the ball. They dropped the ball before that, but they really dropped the ball. That's when it really started crashing down in 1913. We should have nipped it in the bud then, but we did not. We should have not complied then. When they wanted to close the gold window and start using fake ass paper money, why did we comply with that? Why as people who barter and trade with each other, why would we say, you know what? We ain't gonna trade with gold. We're gonna use paper money. Sell our gold to get this paper money. You see, that's what happened. We gave our gold back to the government. We sold our gold back to the government. We sold our gold here. We sold our gold there. We gave all our gold coins back, or we stopped using them. Copper coins, all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, and we started trading and paying with paper money and zinc coins and all this other shit. Why did we comply with that? Why didn't we say, fuck you? We gonna steal. I don't trust your little paper money. I don't trust fiat currency. No, I want to steal. If you want to buy some shit from me, no, you gonna pay me with gold or silver, pimping, or copper, or something else valuable. We don't want your paper money. Why do we comply then? We can't. Listen, we got to start. Listen, I mean, come on. Let's take it up a notch, huh? How much are we willing to not comply with? That is the question of the ages, folkers. And with that, I want to say, stay up. You know what I mean? If you like what you heard, or if you dig what I'm talking about, man, hit that like button, share, subscribe, whatever. You know, it's just a question that I have on my mind when I keep hearing people say, I will not comply with gun laws. All right, let's just not stop there. The buck doesn't stop there. There are a lot of things that we need to get back. A lot of rights that we've already lost that we need to reobtain. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Much love to you, and stay up. Be safe.